Dive.
Dive into the fruit juices. Yes.
Dive into fruity, good, juicy stuff. Let's do it.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, thank
Yes.
you, Jari,
All
again
right.
for making time
Yes.
for
Hello.
this. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I really appreciate that you made some time to be here today. And you're one of my good friends from Amsterdam that I unfortunately met before I left, like 2 weeks before I left. But thankfully, we live in the age of information and we can connect on the internet. So it's been great still.
Good stuff. Finally, some
And
positives to this whole social media.
exactly, yeah, well, true, exactly. So Jari, I just want to maybe introduce you to my audience a little bit, and maybe you can talk a bit about who you are, what you do.
Yeah, no problem. My name is jari'sTotelos. I'm from the Netherlands, so I speak Dutch. Yeah, I'm from Amsterdam, or at least a village close to Amsterdam. It's like a 5 kilometer ride. I've been on this health path ever since I watched Lauren Lockman's videos on YouTube in I think it was August 2019, all 4 years ago already. And yeah, my whole journey started pretty much when well, it started originally because I wanted to figure out. I was really serious about finding an objective purpose for my life. I was never interested in religion or anything like that. I was trying to find something that's that could inspire me, and life was becoming my inspiration, and life was always improving, evolving. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to do that as well. Just going to keep improving, keep growing as much as I can. And so I was doing that, and then my father got seriously ill. He went from being like normal, healthy, like never had any symptoms whatsoever, to a diagnosis. Well, he was having some pain with his prostate area for a while, for a few weeks, and then suddenly he had so much pain he had to go to the hospital, and he was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. And he wasn't given a whole lot of time left, so that was a huge shock. Especially, yeah, it was just a huge shock. Just yeah, it was really difficult to understand at first. Like how could this have happened? He was yeah, he did not drink, he did not smoke, he did not. He was pretty active. He was cycling a whole lot. Yeah, it was just the last person I would expect to be diagnosed with such a terrible illness like that. So yeah, it kind of woke me up. It's like, wow, I don't know shit about nutrition or health or whatever. So let's just try everything possible to get myself as healthy as possible, and to maybe help prevent this from ever happening to others again. Then I started out on keto and intermittent fasting, which was really beneficial. Intermittent fasting especially was really amazing, how much that helped. And then after a while, I came across Lauren's video on intermittent fasting and long-term fasting. And he was telling all these amazing stories about people who went on a longer fast and how much more beneficial that could be when done properly. And yeah, I was just completely open to it, and I started going down the rabbit hole, let's say, of his videos. But it was a rabbit hole to heaven, because it was amazing how, yeah, this whole idea of just what's optimal is just getting our bodies clean and well functioning the way they were intended, and then just eat the foods that were intended for it to eat. Drink only the water it was intended to drink, and that's how we get as healthy as possible. There's nothing complicated about it if you want to be as healthy as possible. And yeah, slowly but surely, that started to click in my mind, and I wanted to do this. I wanted to yeah, I was completely obsessed with it almost, because it was also so in line with how my purpose, like the purpose I had followed, was just maximizing my own potential, and also the combined creative potential of all other life forms. And this completely made sense to me, that if our purpose is to help maximize all of our combined creative potential as life, then this diet has to be the only diet that can make that happen. Like, we don't have to kill any animal. We don't have to kill any plant. Maybe even just maybe take the leaves or something. But yeah, it's pretty much the only way to actually eat in a sustaining way for the whole planet.
The most harmonious way of eating, so to speak.
Exactly. Yes.
The most symbiotic way. That's beautiful.
The symbiotic relationships.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing your journey and how you kind of cross paths with this type of lifestyle. I think a lot of people kind of wake up to it when they either become seriously ill themselves, or someone else that they know that they love becomes, very seriously ill, and then they start to question things and what health really is about, which doesn't always need to be the case. And I think the more we can put our voices out there, the more we can inspire people to actually take action before things hit the fan, So thank you very much for sharing that. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful journey. And
yeah, no problem.
After you did come across Lauren Lockman's videos, you also did a water fast yourself as well, right?
Yeah,
Can you talk a little bit about that experience?
Yeah. So I was thinking about doing this for so long, and I finally decided to do this, and I kind of gave my own twist to the whole water fasting process. I kind of like to refer to it now as a gifting process, in the sense that we're not just fasting, we're actually gifting our bodies like the optimal conditions to cleanse and heal. And that's not also by just resting completely in the corpse pose, sipping water every few minutes, no more than half a liter per hour, around 4 to 6 liters per day. And that's kind of a more specific way of fasting. I've seen a lot of people who water fasted, who did not rest the entire day, who did do other things, or maybe listen to things. But I was completely clear that I wanted to listen to my body as well as I could. And when it gave me these symptoms of fatigue or headaches or whatever, just lie down, relax. I'll take care of you. That's how I interpret the body's messages. And it was an amazing experience. It was actually on day 7. I woke up and I had this amazing feel of just joy, of just happy to be alive. And I guess I wanted to go outside. I actually had a talk with the people who owned the place where I was staying. I had a tiny house. I had a nice tour with them, and I just wanted to share my experiences, share just information, just try to help them, and maybe get new information from them. And I guess to try to maximize our combined knowledge about the world. And I don't know, it was just it was almost a heavenly experience of just childlike happiness, the way children wake up and just feel happy. They don't know why they feel happy, but they're just happy. Just go with the flow, and just be grateful that we're given this opportunity, this amazing opportunity to be alive. It was amazing.
You beautifully captured the human experience, and what I think essentially what is our birthright. Like, really, this happiness, this joy, this bliss is really what we are meant to embody. Like, disease isn't natural. It's not a natural thing that we should be experiencing. And if you look at everything in nature, it all has like a perfect, almost kind of like a divine code that's kind of like intricately woven into it, that makes it like keep the state of harmony, keep the state of balance, that homeostasis, right? And we're no different to that. So you very beautifully captured that within the essence of water fasting also. That's when we get out of the way, when we stop eating, we literally don't need to do anything. We stop doing everything and we heal. That's how beautiful of a process it is. Right?
We just have to listen to the symptoms that our bodies give us. If we feel tired, if we feel pain, if we feel headaches during the process, we can just view it as a clear message that if you want to help to maximize all of our combined creative potential as life forms, we just have to listen to we just have to give our body the optimal conditions, and then it'll take care of us. And that energy just let it flow through our bodies, and
Mhm.
miracles can happen to us.
Yeah, miracles, right? It feels like
Yeah,
miracles. It's
I still
beautiful.
can't. Yeah, yeah. It's it's amazing, and it's really, yeah. It's just reconnecting with we're all part of, and that we can actually contribute to. We have
Mhm.
been given these amazing gifts of consciousness and the ability to reason, to really build upon what's already here, what we've already been given in this
Yeah.
beautiful world. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. Beautiful, Yari. Thank you for sharing that. I guess my question for you is after your water fast, you must have had a lot of realizations about health and maybe also about nutrition and how we should be eating. So did you go
yeah.
about changing your diet in any kind of way, or what is the kind of lifestyle, the kind of diet that you sustain yourself with right now?
Oh yeah. It's changed pretty much everything. Well, I already kind of suspected it, that when we experience symptoms, it's not because our body hates us, or anything. It's because it wants to send us a clear message that if we want to become the best we can be, we just need to listen to it and let it do all the work. Um, so that was a big thing. Like, people still think that symptoms are the worst thing in the world. That when they don't eat and experience headaches or tiredness,
Mm,
it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just simply our body telling us that we can become much better than we already are. That was an amazing realization, and actually just feeling hungry, experiencing all these new tastes of fruits after that process. It's said that your taste buds can renew. Well, I tasted so many new flavors. I loved watermelon ever since. Um, so yeah, I changed my diet to pretty much fruits and some leaves. Um, Probably always bananas wrapped in lettuce, iceberg lettuce. So it was like a crunchy
mhm.
banana. That was awesome. Yeah, so that's pretty much how I changed my diet. I do have to say that I kind of went off track. I tried to eat different things,
Okay.
like just normal food, just to see how I would react, and I
Mhm.
wasn't especially sure about like the purpose of like this whole thing, um, like if I could maximize my own potential and, yeah, our combined creative potential, then I don't know. I have to wait and see. But
Yeah.
it's clearly that it did not work. Even if I didn't experience any symptoms at first, eventually I started getting headaches again. Um, and I also kind of realized that when we eat other animals, or when we even eat some certain like big amounts of plant-based foods, we're eating another living thing, another being that was created
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
to have its own function in our ecosystem, in the maximization of our ecosystem, of the health of our ecosystem. And yeah, we don't if we don't ever have to do that, and then it's the best for all of us combined if we just eat the foods that, yeah, this energy created for us, that nature
Mhm.
created for us.
Yeah.
That's when I eventually realized, that when I started going back to other foods, that, yeah, this is not the way we were meant to live.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, even when you think about like eating a carrot, a lot of people think is a very innocent thing to eat,
Hmm.
which in comparison to a lot of other things, of course, it's relatively a lot more
Yeah.
innocent. But
Hmm.
when you pluck a carrot, it's a root vegetable. When you pluck it from the ground, you eat it, you actually become an obstacle to that life evolving. Whereas
Hmm.
when you pick a fruit from the tree and you eat it, you're eating the reproductive organ of the plant, of the tree. And in doing so, you're allowing it to reproduce because you eat the fruit and you spit the seed out, or you swallow the seed, depending on what kind of fruit it is,
Yeah.
and you eliminate the seed, or you when you spit it out, it's on the soil, so it
Yeah.
allows for it to germinate again, and it allows for the continuation of life.
Yeah. The
Whereas with
promotion
any
of life, even. Yeah.
exactly, whereas with anything
Yeah.
else, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah,
And
definitely. It's yeah, that was an amazing realization. I actually make a habit now of eating apples every day, just so I can get the seeds and plant them next to the highway that I
Beautiful.
bicycle by.
Have any of them germinated yet?
Not that I can see yet.
They
I
will.
planted them, I think, two months ago, but I hope to see some apple trees in 20
If
years or
you
something, or 10
planted
years.
them, I'm sure they will, Yari. You must have put so much love into that.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah,
imagine it not germinating.
yeah, it's such an amazing relationship, that the tree produces all this fruit,
Mm.
not just for itself, but also for other animals to, help us together to function optimally. And yeah, it's just an incredible symbiotic relationship,
Yeah.
especially realizing that it can be the only thing we can eat, and we can get everything we need, yeah, just from eating this beautiful life sustaining fruit.
Yeah.
And just help to spread the seeds of other trees and plants, and to help us make us get as healthy as an environment as possible. That's incredible.
Is there any coincidence that the most life conducive diet is also like the most life promoting diet for nature is also the most life
Yeah,
promoting diet for us? That's such a mind
yeah.
blowing
I
thing to
mean,
realize.
Jesus,
Like,
yeah, I get thrills just thinking about
yeah,
this. Yeah, I mean,
exactly. It's funny because it feels like it's been in front of your face this whole time, and now realizing the simplicity of it, you're like, wow, I can't believe like we've overcomplicated things so much, like over intellectualized everything.
yeah, we have these
It's
big
just
brains. Darn it.
exactly. It has
Yeah,
its time and place, I guess, but at the same time, I think we just need to honor what the earth and nature can provide us, which has so
yeah,
much love and so much healing
yeah.
for us, that we
Hmm.
all, intrinsically just deserve. That's what we deserve. Um,
Yeah, definitely. We're all born with yeah, we're all born with this amazing health gift.
mm,
We're all born in virtually all cases as healthy as this energy can, nature can make us.
exactly.
And yeah, I mean, the flow of nature, which we can view as wanting to maximize all of our combined creative potential. That's inside
Mhm.
every living thing. We're all part of the same
It's a
ecosystem, and
consciousness. Yeah,
we can all work together to make this world as best a place as it can.
to make it heaven on earth, so to speak.
Heaven on earth, yes, exactly.
I love it. Thank you, Yari. This conversation is so beautiful. Um, so right now your diet mainly consists of fruits and some leafy greens like lettuce
Yeah.
and bananas. Which by the way, after you told me that in Amsterdam, I tried and it was really good. Gorilla wraps.
Awesome.
I tried it again and it was really good.
Nice.
Gorilla wraps, I think that's what they're called or what it's
Gorilla
called.
wraps. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like gorilla wraps.
Like a
Um,
sandwich.
but I imagine this, of course, like the way we kind of lead our lives right now is quite far from what the ordinary or like the common person, the average person might eat in a day to day. A
Yeah,
lot of people
quite a
start their
bit.
day off with cereals or eggs and common breakfast foods that yeah are not really within this fruitarian way of living. So what are like the common reactions you get from people when they find out that you lead a life like this?
Yeah, well, of course, when I first told people about this, they said I was crazy. It doesn't make any sense. No science ever supported this. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna get all these deficiencies in protein and B12. The usual suspects, which are pretty logical given the fact that probably most vegans or raw vegans right now maybe have those deficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I try to explain to them, I'm not just eating this way. I'm also I first of all try to listen to my body as well as I could, just um, through fasting. Like when my body gives me symptoms, I just and we just listen to them. We
Mm-hmm.
learn from other people, and with the right water intake, um, and some other things, then we can just, and afterwards, then our body is likely, it can apparently heal itself into a state where it can get everything it needs from fruits and some
Yeah.
lettuce. But yeah, that was, they did not believe me, of course. And so I did it, and also I started looking a lot better. I was very, very skinny when I first did this. I experimented with fasting, did not go well. My diet did not go well, but my face started pretty much like I was like when I was a child again. Started to look like that again. And then they eventually just accepted it. Also because I was also letting them, not telling anyone that they were wrong. I was just trying to say that, based on this and this, primarily on this and this, then I think we all can become much healthier this way.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, okay. And just it's also just just creating another symbiotic relationship with other people. Just
Yeah.
offering to share our knowledge if they're open to it. If they open to it, then they can always come to us. But if they don't want to
Exactly.
do it right now,
No, it's
perfectly fine.
yeah,
Got a long
exactly.
way to go, long life to go. So,
It's
and
funny.
it's also, yeah. Oh, you want to say something?
I was just thinking about this conversation that I had about how our subconscious mind really wants to keep us safe and close to what's familiar. And I think that works for like the people that we love as well. Like when we see someone that's doing something that isn't necessarily something that we're familiar with, we almost feel like they're putting themselves in danger. And that's just the human instinct because we're so protective. Like
Yeah.
we intrinsically want life to continue. Like we intrinsically want people to be safe and not put themselves into danger. And that goes the same for like our loved ones. But I think what the subconscious mind isn't so aware of at the time, and what our conscious mind is aware of, is that um, there are things that might not be in our best interest that we call familiar, right? And that could be things like eating pizza or eating McDonald's and things that aren't
Yeah.
necessarily conducive to our highest level of health. So it's reaction is very common, like when you tell people that you're eating fruitarian when
Yeah.
we're eating
Mhm.
something that's far from that,
Yeah, it's definitely it definitely takes some courage to do this. And
Yeah.
just of course I had a lot of fears as well. I mean, something with such a great lifestyle change that I had to that I wanted to do. I had to be absolutely sure that there weren't going to be any real dangers, or
Deficiency.
I had to make myself certain enough to try this. So I researched like crazy, like to binge
Mhm.
watch Lawrence videos. I thought about them day and night. And it's also, it was also like, well, of course it's scary. It's something new. It's something completely new. But I was like, well, if I want to maximize my own and our combined creative potential as life, then I have to do this. I have to try this.
Yeah. You have such a beautiful motivation for doing it as well. It's absolutely amazing to see. Also, how old are you, Yari, again?
Um, sorry. I am 26, coming up 27 actually in
Okay.
August, late August.
It warms my heart to see people our age, like people also younger than us. I've seen people as young as like 15 years old on the internet, really
Mm,
embodying this lifestyle and like finding out the truths. And
yeah,
it's absolutely amazing how much we can also like inspire each other, I guess, just to be better and like be better to the earth as well, as much as we're better to ourselves. So thank you for sharing your truth, sharing your light also, and sharing your purpose.
yeah,
Um,
awesome. No problem. So it's great. I see it also. Just people, like, because we're so connected, because we see all the horrors in the world.
mm,
Um, we can much more easily wake up, and the people are, they're concerned,
yeah,
with good reason.
that's true.
I'm
And
gonna grab some water real quick, actually.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, of course, do your thing.
Let's see. Got some water.
We can take a break real quick as well because my Zoom only works for 40 minutes. I need
Oh,
to
okay. Yeah,
upgrade
sure.
it. So we'll save the recording and then we can hop on again. How much time do you
Yeah.
have, by the way?
I have all the time right now.
Okay, amazing.
Right.
I'll save. The conversation was so beautiful, by the way. Thank you for everything you shared. It's so nice talking to
No
you. I
problem.
love it. It like gives me so many realizations. So thank you, really.
That's
I'll
awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me to talk this. And for listening. I mean, yeah, I mean, people, yeah, in my whole environment, people seemingly don't want to talk about these things. And I'm like, well,
Wow.
these are fundamental questions. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah,
Just the fear is still too much for many
yeah,
people.
that's
But
true,
yeah,
unfortunately. But I mean,
luckily
it's
we
all
have brave
part of
people
the
like you as well.
it's all part of the human evolution. Everything has its
Yeah,
time.
that's true. That's true. All
I'll
right.
I'll save the recording. I'll hit record. Okay,
Yes.
I
Oh, I got
apologize for that.
one. That's
Yeah, do your thing.
yes. Awesome.
Okay. Yes, my Zoom is funny right now. I need to fix that, but thank you for bearing with me. So you
Anything for you.
amazing. I'm so lucky. Okay, so you mentioned right now that you are currently eating mostly a fruit-based lifestyle and some leafy green vegetables here and there. Um, and people react funny to it sometimes when they hear that you're, kind of eating this way, and it's very out of the ordinary, of course. So I
Mhm.
imagine at some point you just wanted to be sure to like make sure that all of your blood work was right and that you were getting all of your vitamins and nutrients and minerals and everything that you needed from the fruit that you were eating, right? And you recently got a blood test to do this to make sure that that everything was all right.
Yeah.
Um, do you want to talk about a little bit about like what motivated you to get that blood test and if you were
Yeah.
kind
Yeah. Of course. I actually did I think like 6 blood tests in the past year,
of
and yeah, pretty much the reason why I wanted to do this was just to yeah, give this assurance to friends and family, and also to myself. I don't know everything. Something I could be doing something wrong. So yeah, it was just a very nice way to see some science behind this whole thing. And yeah, it was yeah, really interesting to see. I played tennis with a general practitioner, and yeah, he could not believe pretty much what I told him.
yeah.
Um, he was raised with the knowledge that we cannot get enough B12 from our food, or that we cannot get the B12 from our bodies, rather, that we have to get B12 from our foods, from animal products. But yeah, this clearly indicated that that's not the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I was just very happy to see it and see how yeah, how my yeah, how I feel corresponded with the figures.
Mm-hmm. And what was the result of the blood test? So, did everything come back perfectly? And kind of how did you interpret the results? What was your
Yeah.
interpretation?
Um, I pretty much so I did like 6, and the final one, protein was I think the average or the normal range was between 60 and 80,
Mm-hmm.
and mine was pretty much consistently in the high 70s. So that was one big hurdle that we overcame. And the B12 kind of fluctuated between like 260 and one, I think, 80, and I think the average rating was 165 till 600. I don't know, but yeah, it was all within range. And
Amazing.
yeah, I didn't have any even if it was kind of low, like 190 when the minimum was 165. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have any symptoms that could indicate that there might be a problem with
Yeah.
B12. And it's also that B12, it's not really, even if we have a lot of B12 in the bloodstream, of course, I'm sure you already know this. It's about what gets into our cells and how much
Exactly.
that can be used. And that's not what I tested. So maybe I could get a more advanced test on how that works. But
Mhm.
yeah, pretty much everything. Yeah, everything was within range.
Amazing. Amazing. You're debunking so many myths right now that, fruitarians, vegans even can't get enough B12, enough protein on this kind of diet, on just fruits,
Mhm.
on just plant-based nutrition. And it's really amazing to see more people, first of all, embodying this lifestyle, and second of all, more people actually wanting to share their results when they do get tests like this, just to say, hey,
Yeah,
not actually the case.
yeah.
So I
So
applaud you for
it's all
that.
for humanity. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. I applaud you for that. And that's beautiful. How did your doctor react? Actually, I'm curious. Did you tell him that you were
Well,
eating this way?
quite quite skeptical. Um, yeah, it was just well, I will say that he was at least open, I guess, to possibilities like, okay, well, this has never been tried before.
Mm.
But yeah, he was, especially at first, he was really adamant that we could not get B12 from our bodies and that would be sufficient. So yeah, I haven't talked about it with him since.
Mhm.
But yeah, we're playing tennis still, and eventually I'll beat him. I
Yeah, you play.
I I, t- I took a set from him once, and I'm slowly getting there, back to my old level and way beyond. So
Well, you're in the
stay tuned for
process
that.
of becoming superhuman, Yari, so I'm sure that's right around the corner.
Well, or maybe I'm becoming superhuman, or everyone else is just subhuman right now. I guess.
I love the way you put it. Amazing. Well, this is really an amazing conversation. I'm really happy for what you've shared. And I think it really raises some eyebrows for a lot of people, because protein and B12 and things like creatinine and some of your minerals are really people's main concerns when they think about doing something like a fast, or just embodying like a fruit-based lifestyle, or even like a raw vegan lifestyle. But the reality is that when your vessel is clean enough, you can absorb all of your nutrients from the simplest and most life conducive food, which is
The
fruit.
most beautiful. I mean,
The most
it's it's
beautiful.
it's
Yeah,
beautiful, right? Jesus Christ!
absolutely.
It takes
Absolutely.
like 8 months to create this thing. It's a work of art.
It really is. It really is. And I really want to thank you, Yari, for all of the valuable stuff that you shared here today. And yeah,
Thank you
if
as well so much for promoting this whole thing. I mean, that's we need more people like you as
we
promoting
need more
this.
people like you.
We need
Because
more people as the both of us, male and female.
yeah, exactly. And if people want to find you, where can they find you on the internet?
Oh yeah, yeah. I made videos on this topic actually. Sharing my thought processes on these things on my channel name, which is just jari'sTotelos, my first and last name. And yeah, I give where I share all these videos on this lifestyle of fruits and lettuce, but also on more fundamental topics like the meaning of life,
mhm,
what's truth, how we can have the best conversations, the best discussion. Yeah, it's just all kinds of perspectives that I really wanted to share, and hope people would
beautiful.
take
And
some
that's
lessons, or
that's your
maybe just
YouTube channel, right? So they can find you on
yeah,
YouTube. And clearly you're putting a lot of what you're speaking about into practice, because this was an amazing conversation. So I really want to thank you for that.
you're very
Um,
welcome.
and yeah, I that's it for today, I think. I don't really have any more questions for you, unless there's anything that you wanted to talk about. Um,
Not off the top of my head, but maybe that's we can make this a reoccurring series if people like it.
yeah,
Perhaps we
I
could
would
do some
love that.
Instagram lives or something. Perhaps I'm not sure how that works exactly, but yeah, I've seen Lauren do them. I've seen
Yeah,
other people do them. It would be
we
nice to
should
interact with people
definitely.
as well.
Definitely. Oh, yes, we should definitely do an Instagram live. That's a great idea, actually. I didn't think of that for some reason. That's a beautiful idea. Let's do that. Yeah, right. Thank you again for making time for this. And I don't know, I'll stop recording, by the way, but is that all
No
right?